Okay, friends, welcome back to another session to Thinking and Destiny. Parsival is taking us our mental destiny and dissecting our mind bit by bit and making us to watch each and every bit of our mind. So before we go further, what is stored in us, let us connect to Parsival consciousness and let his wisdom flow through every one of us. Please sit in a meditative posture, cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. Slowly observe your natural, soft, tranquil breath. In a mental destiny, we are learning how our thought is impacting each and every part of our life. It has so much power. And let us not waste a single thought on anything. Always do a positive thought, a miraculous thought. Never enter any thought which is not useful either to you or to anyone around you. Let us connect. There is wisdom which was written much ahead of the time. We are all fortunate to be here, to connect to this book. It has a high vibrations. Like every person, every book has its own vibrations. If you are here in this platform, or the book is in your hand, means you are connected to that high vibration consciousness. Your consciousness is vibrating at that level. Please keep your hands on your eyes for a few seconds and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Before we go further in today's topic, let's recap what we have learned last class. We are saying how we can think against the disease. You know the disease is coming to learn, to teach you something. There is no escape. You can't escape from the payment, but you can reduce with your strong thinking. So thinking again is the disease is like, so you have some disease. Okay, I told you, gave an example of last session. You have some pain. Pain is a communication. How body communicate to you. How you are communicating with your friend. You are taking up a call and talking. How you are communicating with the person be in front of you. You are speaking with a language or an expression or verbal or a non-verbal thing. Similarly, the body is communicating to you or with you in the language of pain. So, initially, any disease starts with pain or a discomfort because depends on so which area that you are getting the pain, what action that you need to do. So, all this, everything is coming as a discomfort, as your thoughts only. So, whenever, suppose when you are asking for something, you are also getting something else. Why it is getting something else? Because that is all associated with that particular thing, whatever the thing that you are asking, right? So example we have given in the closet, you have a scarf. When you pull the scarf without doing it, whatever the things that are there in the above scarf also comes down and it will fall on you. Similarly, whenever you are wishing for some an object, so the thoughts that are associated with that object, the thought that you made previously in this lifetime or previous lifetimes, all those things also will pulls you down. So when it is pulls you down, so what is that escape? So what sometimes you may feel that why in the world that I asked for it? Because so many things came into it, right? So there is so many right ways and wrong ways of curing this, curing these diseases. So these things, whatever the thoughts are, the signatures, mental signatures, right? So you cannot say the false denial. Oh, I have a pain. I don't have pain. I don't have pain. It is not the way that you have to talk. Suppose you have some leg pain and you are affirming that I don't have pain. I don't have pain. So here universe is listening to the word pain. Okay, it is not listening to the word have it or don't have it. So it is not the way. So because when you say I don't have pain, I have a false denial. When you are saying that, the universe may think that you want the pain, it may just retain it. So what is that you have to ask for the universe? What is that? What is the thinking? What should be our thinking? So if you don't have the pain in the leg, what is that you are going to do it? You want to run a marathon. You may want to go for a dance class. You may want to walk 5 miles a day. So all these are the things that you wanted to do it, right? Just do it. Just do it thinking that I have such a strength that I can do 5 miles. Start doing it. So you think in the positive direction. I have that much strength. Think positively, imagine that. So always this is the right way of thinking. Not that I don't have a pain, I can I will not get the pain. Not, this is not the thing. So you should always think what you want it rather what you don't want it. That is the one that you have to remember it. So sometimes when you are thinking that also, maybe the issue of the pain may disappear. So when that pain may disappear, when it is a very slight discomfort, when you are thinking very strongly that you don't have pain and you are able to do that, that sometimes it may happen, but that is because that is also the power of the thought only. There's no disease, no pain, no disorder. It is not the way thinking. You have to think, I have good health. I'm a well-being. I'm emotionally very good. I'm physically very good. I have in all the ways I have a good health. That is the impression that you have to give on your breath form. Whatever that you are giving on the breath form impression, that is the one which is actually manifesting it. So that breath, that is the one that you have to give it in the breath form. That's what he is saying. So you may ask for, sometimes you may demand, ask God, oh my God, give me the health. I don't want, I cannot bear this. Take away this pain. Divine mind or a God or anything that you may ask it. You may ask and demand and get it. But what he's saying is that is not the way. You don't do that. You can do that by affirming yourself. Because the God is within you also there. You are thinking that God is external and you are demanding. Instead of that, because there is a God within you, just that God, let that God believe that you have a good health. Let that God give a good impression array on your breath form that you can do that. You can do all the good things are good. Hold that thought. When holding that thought can able to make you all good. Then he is talking about the mental healers, right? So mental healers, they'll just make you down, and with their hands they can just pass on the energy kind of thing, and they can heal the. And so they are actually imparting that thought within you, within your breath form. They are actually trying to put something on the on your breath form. That's how you are getting it. Okay. The effect of the body. So there are the two effect of the body when of the disease and injury, whoever is there. So they can work on that and they can do that. And second school of thought, you do need not go to the mental healer, just do on your self, on yourself itself. So that is the one. And above all, you can even go to the doctor. But if you don't have that, doctor can heal, then it will not work. What he is saying is, if you go to the doctor, you already went to the doctor with the faith that he can cure your disease. So even before you take that pill, even if you give a placebo pill, then it will cure you because you have that kind of faith. Here, the most important thing is the faith. Whether you go to the healer or you go to the doctor, anywhere, what it is not that what they are giving the energy or what they are, it is a faith that it can do it, So similarly, just now I'm talking. So when sir is asking me to teach it, no, I can't teach it. This book was written like 20 years back. No, I don't have that kind of knowledge. So this is all the things that I taught for at least for 5-6 months. Then when finally it has come, so it was forced upon me. And when everyone is asking, so I have to start. So then I developed sir is seeing something in me that I couldn't see in myself. He's saying that I can do it, so let me have the faith and move on. That is the point where I just kept that faith and started it. That's where I could succeed, or I could understand. Whenever I'm not able to understand, there is a universal force. When you are doing something good, universe will also help you to do everything. So that day some video may come, some quote may come, somebody may talk on some topic which is related to that day topic that I have to do it. Somehow everything is making I'm able to do that kind of thing, right? So this is all the faith that I have. When he sees something that I can do it, when he is not, he didn't tell. So many people are there along with me who attended my sessions. So that session, those sessions, why sir has picked up me? Maybe he saw something. Let me trust and go. When that trust came, you are able to automatically do it. The same thing when you have having a faith, you can do it. The only thing is you should have faith on yourself. Okay, there may be the people who may be giving you that positive kind of endorsement that you can do it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you should have the faith in yourself, or you should have the faith in something that you can just imagine that you can do that kind of thing, right? So there we talk about the faith is a kind of do your imagination. So you need to imagine that you are able to do that, and you can do it. Usually what we have is the fear of falling, fear of not able to do that. So those fears and those doubts keep aside. If you keep that faith, then you'll be able to do that. Natural imagination are like, so that imagination that you are keeping in your breath form, the powerful faith that you are keeping on your breath form, right? So that is a natural imagination that can enter into your face life anytime that can enter into your life. With that, we have concluded the last week. Okay, now we will come to the important topic, because we all know what is hypnotism. So today's topic is mostly the hypnotism, how the hypnotism on others, how self-hypnotism. Two topics today. Okay, so nothing to do with the all other topics. Even if you come fresh, you can simply hear and learn this topic today. That's how it is. Okay, the cure of disease is a drawing feature in the other schools too. Any other schools, such as hypnotism, mesmerism, and self-suggestion in many applications. So with these things also, the cure of disease can be done with the hypnotism and mesmerism. And so whatever the faith we are saying, right? Faith is that, I'm believing in doctor and using. Here also you are believing somebody else and you are giving control of your senses to somebody, and then you are just listening whatever the other person is saying, right? So that is the hypnotism. So what is happening here? What is that? Usually our four senses, right? Four senses are four distinct things. Ear is different. nose is different, and tongue is different, and skin is different, right? So these four senses are different things, and each of these are controlling the complete system of one of the four bodies. All these four senses together, one of the four bodies, it is completely controlling, because your body is controlled by your senses. Definitely, if you go to the fire and put a hand, then you automatically you take it, because you are feeling heat, and your senses, your touch is feeling the heat, and you are taking off your hand. It is controlling you. Suppose if some bitter food was given, no, it's so bitter, I won't eat it, because that tongue, the taste bud is not actually accepting it. Okay, you cannot say that, oh, whatever it is there, you will eat when your tummy was so hungry, you don't have any other food, then you'll eat. That is also controlled by your senses, right? Something. So eyes also. So when there is a, you say that eye candy. So many people will say eye candy, right? What is that eye candy? So whether you buy it or not, you just wanted to see, so that you'll get a lot of pleasure in it. Okay, so that is a kind of that's it. So everything, one of the body, right? Not all the bodies, one of the body, that physical body was controlled by all these senses. Each of these beings control complete system of one of the four bodies, and these four systems and bodies act through how this system is acting through, how this system body is acting through involuntary nervous system on the breath form. Breath you are taking, you are not taking consciously, though we are saying that, oh, take a mindful breathing, take a conscious breathing. Are we taking breath? Every breath are we taking consciously? Whether you are conscious or not, the breath is automatically, involuntary nervous system is working and it is taking, right? So if you are taking that kind of life force mindfully, then you will see the miracles. Then you will see a lot of that. You can go to from the doer to the thinker, and thinker to the knower. So that breath form, if you can do that you will be able to do that. Okay. So breath form coordinates the four systems and controls automatically involuntary nervous system of your solid body, which is the physical body. The doer in the conscious dweller in the fourfold body is one of the three parts of the triune self. So that doer in that physical body, who is there? The doer is there. The doer is one of the three parts in the triune self, right? Who are the three parts in triune self? Doer, thinker, and knower. So this doer in the physical body, whoever is controlled by these senses, are the one which is there in the one of the things in the triune self. Triune self is a supreme being to the doer. Triune self, if you take, it's not the doer. Doer coming to the triune self, it is a supreme being somewhere in the to this doer. The light of intelligence is there, enables the doer to think. What this triune self is doing for this doer, it is giving you the light of intelligence, and it is enabling for you to think. So because that light is coming to you, when you close your eyes, when you are actually concentrating, when you are breathing, when you are actually focusing on your breath, that means mindful breathing. When you are doing, what is happening actually, you are focusing on yourself, and continuously whenever you are doing it, you are able to get that light of intelligence from the triune self, is able to contact, is able to be in touch with you. When light of intelligence is able to touch with you, so much knowledge is opening up to you, because you are the knower. You know everything, right? So when that light of intelligence is coming to you, that knowledge is opening up to you, and you are able to do it. I know after coming to the meditation, there are so many people who could not open their mouth in front of others. I know they are able to do the presentation, they are able to talk, they are able to do so many things. How they are able to do it? Did they learn any personality development class? Did they went anything? No. How they are able to do it? Because when they are actually focusing on themselves, they are able to, that light of every one of us is in touch with the triune self is there. Suppose the God's blessings, let us take in a normal case, right? God's blessings are there for everybody. Even if you take in a duality, God's blessings will be there on everybody. He will not choose that she is a good person, she is a bad, nothing like that. In front of the God, everybody is the same. Okay. So whatever his blessings, everybody is getting the same. But only the person who is connecting to that God is able to feel it. He is able to feel it and able to extract those blessings. The persons who are not connecting, similarly, here, same way, That is a normal case, right? But here in this case, we are seeing that God particle is there within us, that triune self is there. Whenever you are in the meditation, you are able to shut your senses, shut your other things. So you are able to focus on yourself, focus on your organs, focus on your things. So when you are able to focus within yourself, you are able to grab the knowledge that light of intelligence is trying to give. It is making you to think. It is making you to think. Whether that thinking is active or a passive, that is a different thing, but it is making you to think. And it started imagining, you can start imagining the nature imagination. So whatever that thing, that whatever is coming in your mind, right? So nature imagination is a passive thinking, and do your imagination is an active thinking. Here again, what is that passive and active? If you are actually not in your senses, then you are just closing. Naturally, some imaginations are going on in your, maybe whatever there in your stored in your subconscious mind may come out of all the things. That's a nature imaginations. Or actively the doer may be thinking of something, imagination, visualizing something, thinking of something that he already there, he already got it, that kind of imagination. So either both are good. When you go to that state, both are good, right? So physical actions of the state of the body, including the disease or health, you can create, do anything, right? So these are the, it will leaves what it leaves. These are the two kinds of thinking leave their mark on the breath form. Either active thinking or a passive thinking, it leaves. It will be there, and it leaves on your physical body, including your disease or health. Whatever that you imagine, right? That's why I'm saying in the imagination, if you say, I don't have any knee pain, I don't have, no. So you are just imagining the knee pain. There is an example, right? Says that, oh, meditation, sir, I am getting thoughts. What is that? What is that technique that you give me? Somebody went and asked some guru. Okay, guru said, in the next 10 minutes, don't think about monkeys. What happened? If you say that I should not think about monkeys, this is the best example. If you sit and I should not thinking about monkeys, every time you will think about monkeys only. Similarly, here also, when you don't want that, don't think about it. When you don't want the pain, don't think about it. You think about the what you want it. Because you don't want to think about monkeys, but you do not think about monkeys means you are thinking about monkeys and it should not come, but it is always there. Similarly, here also it is saying, because whatever you are thinking, it is storing as a breath form, as a signature. So in the breath form, you have to keep health or disease, you can able to keep it. Okay. Now coming to the point of hypnotism, why it comes. Hypnotism means getting a control of the other person, a solid three inner bodies, the senses and the breath form of the doer to another. So your senses, your three bodies within you are controlled by somebody else. You are giving control to the somebody else. That is a hypnotism. Okay. This state, this is called a hypnotism or a hypnotic sleep or a mesmeric sleep. So this is called the mesmeric sleep. Or it is it resembles like a natural sleep. When they say that, okay, you are sleeping, it resembles natural sleep, but not. But there is a difference. What is that difference? It's an artificial sleep, actually. Artificially induced sleep by the hypnotizer. Okay. The subject means whoever is getting hypnotized. Here, he was in a dream, let us take, in a deep sleep. He is not a conscious as in the waking state. And the nerves through which the rightness and reasoning are related is almost paralyzed. Okay, that is when he is in the deep sleep or a dream state, you are actually relaxing. Your nerves and all, nothing is actually rightness or reasoning. When you are dreaming, do you think that it is the righteousness or reasoning, whether I can go? The dream will flow just like that, right? So it was almost, your righteous reasoning was almost paralyzed. He is not aware of anything around you. That is the natural sleep. But whereas in hypnotizer, when you are hypnotizing in an artificial sleep, your senses, your thinking is controlled by whoever is doing hypnotized. So it is not that you are not actually having any senses or you are not sleeping just like that. Okay. This means he uses or he uses included what is called the science of hypnotism. This person is using the science of hypnotism. Do you remember a body, the picture, one of the picture? Let me show you. Let me show you. If you show me that this thing, screen share. Did I get it? Where is it?
No, it's a WhatsApp showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember this picture?
Yes, yes.
So here, see, this is our picture. With all those layers, we have it. Okay. They can, that is called, some people may call it as aura, right? You are able to, with the Kellyan photograph and all those things, you are able to see those things. Okay. This symbol indicates the visible solid body from which the extend emanations consisting of invisible particles which radiate from the solid structures of digestive, circulatory, respiratory, and generative systems within our body. See, from all those bodies, whatever it is doing, it is there. In the airy particles, it is there. Okay. I just want you to remember that picture, right? So in that picture, whatever it is there, so those bodies they are able to get the control over these things, these forces, right? Whoever is doing the hypnotic power, through hypnotic power is able to control these forces. Can be sometimes called animal magnetism or mesmeric force. So animal magnetism is nothing to do with some animals. So these forces are called the animal magnetism or hypnotic force. These forces are they are generated from the feeling and desire, impart their nature to these forces moving into the body, and they are united and directed with the breath form. How these forces actually within your body, that feeling and desire is there, right? That feeling and desire within your body is actually imparting their nature, and they are sticking to the breath form. So these forces flow in the waves through around the body, because everything is the waves, right? The thought is also in the form of waves. So these waves are moving around the body and the physical and psychic atmosphere and bear the mark of the breath form. So they will have that breath form, they'll have some, they leave their impressions on walls, furniture, garments around. So what is they saying is that particular layer, right? Whenever you are sitting, they leave some impressions there. Whenever you are sitting in the sofa, or when you touch the wall, when you touch some furniture, garments, your clothes, all those things, they will have some impressions of your, because your layers are all touching by this body, right? The entire, so this touching. So can you imagine, like, why the animals, right? Suppose you sit in one particular place and you go, animal can recognize, your dog can recognize, your cat can recognize whether you are there. They can they can just smell it, and then they can figure it out where and all that owner is there, or kind of thing. Do you observe these things? How? Because you are leaving that kind of impressions there. So those impressions can be read by the other those animals, and they can able to find it, because your whatever the things, your those things can be there. So that they move like a curves and waves from the body, and can direct through your way, eyes, hands, words, forceful desire, and sometimes called willpower. Sometimes you can call. So hypnotist, what he is doing, he is using that kind of energies that is projecting outside. He is a fluid body. You have that fluid body, right? His fluid body is also there. He is trying to put his hands on the fluid body of yours, not actual physical body. The fluid body that is there around your body, he is going to put your hands around that, and also your airy body, right? He is putting those words, some of the words on the airy body and the fluid body. That words and that is having from airy to the fluid, so to the physical body, it is coming. So the three bodies is grafting to the three bodies of the breath form of the subject. Whatever his impressions, He is taking control, and he is from his airy body to your airy body, from his fluid body to your fluid body. Slowly he is bringing those impressions into the breath form of your physical body. So likewise, he is making you to sleep, hypnotic sleep. When you go to the hypnotic sleep, then only you can he can do something. So hypnotic sleep is produced by the use of this force alone, this particular force alone. Hypnotist holds sometimes the patient hands while he gauges into eyes. He holds your hands and he gauges into us and passes the patient body, and he is passing your rays from the eyes to into the patient body and tells you to, oh, you slowly go to your sleep, slowly go sleep, now you are sleeping. So he is hypnotizing, he is actually giving the states. Hypnosis can be produced and tiring, because that is a one way. And the other way is, suppose the person is so strong or something like that, but he's not able to do, then what they do is they'll try to, your nerves, right, your eye nerves, they'll try to make them tired. Because suppose if you watch TV continuously, 2-3 movies watch continuously, how do you feel? You feel so much tired and you want to sleep, right? Similarly, they'll make your eye nerves tired. How? By gazing into a shining object. If you are gazing at the shining object, let us see, the light is in front of you, right? So actually, why I am not sitting here, right? The light is actually focusing on that is why I just always tilt and do it, because I want the lighting, but at the same time it should not come to my eyes. If you look at the eyes directly, suppose if I look at it, see, you can see through my glasses also there is a lot of light. I cannot focus much while teaching because it is actually gazing on my eyes, and I'll get tired so much so soon. So in that way also, or hearing a monotonous sound, drum sounds, or some monotonous sounds, right? If you put it, then also you will become drowsy, you will become tired. So in that case also, you can sleep. So the inner bodies, they can make into the somehow he will able to make the hypnotic speak. So hypnotic trance, that is called hypnotic trance. So he is able to, you are able to drive. So these are the ways that a hypnotic person can make you to a sleep. This sleep resembles a natural sleep, but it is not a natural sleep. Natural sleep, you are leaving all your senses. But here you are not leaving you are giving those senses control to the other person, because he is able to touch your airy body and fluid body, and through that he is able to mark a thing on your breath form. So that is how he is able to get it. So that you have to remember. It's a natural sleep. When the body gets tired, senses relax and hold. They have the doer to the breath form. If the doer consents his letting go, he slips back from the pituitary body towards the cervical verbase. Therefore, the doer lets go of the breath form and of the senses. So he'll let go of the breath form and the senses. The doer no longer has any control of the movements of the body. Here, remember, now you are given control to the hypnotizer. You don't have any control of your body at this moment. Okay. In the hypnotic speed, the body is not necessarily tired, because in the hypnotic speed, it may not be tired, right? If that person is, the body will not get tired, only the eyes may be getting tired, or you are just giving the senses and you are sleeping. In this, your senses are weakened, an artificial strain upon their nerves, and the doer can prevent them letting go. Then they are falling, and actually not like that you tired at the night. You are giving your choices. You are giving that you are giving that your choices are anything to the hypnotized person. So what will happen? What will happen? Can anybody do the hypnotism on you? No. Nobody. It is not illegal that somebody can do the hypnotize on you, because it's not legal. One thing, he cannot do without your will. Remember that without your will, he cannot do it. If you go to the hypnotist and say that you cannot hypnotize me, if you challenge, you only will win. 100% you will win. The reason is, if your will is very strong, nobody can do it. Against the will, nobody can do it. Then why people can hypnotize? The reason is, when you have some problem, when you have something, suppose if you see exactly the book name, I don't remember. If you are suffering through some of the things, right? These hypnotists, they can take you to your subconscious mind. They can take you to the play to the time when you are born, when you are actually giving a birth in this plane. So what is that mental condition? What are you thinking at that time? They can take you there, and they can make you like, okay, what is your previous life, from where? So why they are actually letting us? So when they know all those things, what they can do is they are able to give you a good suggestion how you can come out of the things. That's how they are using it. So this is how they can use it. So you are able you can, because when you give that will, why you will give the will is, that is the reason you wanted to cure something, you wanted to know something which in the natural sleep you are not able to get, you cannot get it. So you will go to the hypnotic spirit willingly, you are going to the hypnotist, and you are giving your senses control to them. Your magnetic force, or with the magnetic force, they are able to get the control of your breath form, and are able to do this. The senses and the breath form are then subject to the force. The hypnotizer becomes the substitute for the doer as far as the breath form is concerned. So that breath form, you are not in the control. The hypnotizer is in the control. So he is the substitute there. The subject is in the trance. Subject is whoever is getting hypnotized, right? So the subject is in the trance. The suggestions and the commands given by the hypnotizer is a natural imagination, and the four senses convey the breath form what hypnotizer tell them. Whatever that hypnotizer is telling them, your four senses are on his control. So he will able to convey the natural conditions. Under the natural conditions, whatever that he is suggesting, you can picturize in your breath form. Suppose he say that now the tiger is coming. Let us take, now the tiger is coming in front of you. So your senses will make a picture of the tiger, and that the picture will come whenever. So you are in some place, so all the senses will start feeling suddenly the tiger is coming up. Oh, you may get fear, or tiger is in the bone, something like that. Is whatever it is, the thing, whatever you are getting picturized, your senses will act as if there is a real tiger is there, because your senses you have given to the hypnotizer, and hypnotizer is controlling your the impressions that it is making on your breath form. So that is how the communications of the site is happening. Okay, so all the things it will try to show you the tiger. Then in every case, the breath form receives the impression of the suggestion as made and communicates the meaning and proper sense to the sensory nerves of that sense, and only when the motor nerves of the sense has sent impression back from the breath form. So whenever that motor nerves is sending, right? So suppose the tiger is coming, you want to run. So you may be moving your body parts also in that sleep also, but you don't know that you are moving because your senses are not in your control. They may be similarly, they can just make you some good order coming, flavors also coming in that, because you can even feel the taste of it, you can feel the smell of it. All the things can be getting by giving a suggestions. Sight, hearing, taste, smell, anything, right? They can dull, they can sharpen, any extraordinary things they can do by giving a suggestions on the breath form. So the workings of the four systems can be accelerated or slowed, or impaired or increased. Anything can be done with in the hypnotism. They are stimulating your digestion, made more active according to the receipt of the impressions of the hypnotizer. Whatever that you are giving the impressions of the hypnotizer, whether you will be doing it, or whether you may get more clarity and less clarity, or you may dull, or you may forget, or anything. When the hypnotizer tells the subject or the person, right, whoever is, the chair is a tiger, the chair will become a tiger for you, because in your imagination, that is the thing. If he is moving that chair, whatever that you feel that the tiger is moving, that's that much he can put that impression on your breath form. Okay, the terror, you can feel the terror as if the tiger comes on you. Okay, you can start mentally, and you can start climbing here and there, you can fight, or you can say, okay, I'm giving up everything, because he may see how you are actually reacting to the situation. When that really some situation comes in front of you, he may actually evaluate you how you are actually behaving it. Are you the fighter? Are you the giving up? Are you actually wanted to give all your strength and want to move off? What is your reaction, right? So naturally, how you will react. So that thing he is trying to trying to make out. The light of intelligence does not enter here. So do not think that light of intelligence will enter here. So light of intelligence enter when you enter. Suppose you are in the control, but he gave you a new problem altogether. He gave you a new problem, some new scenario. He's saying, okay, now you are in that situation. So this is the case. This is what it is. Something like that. He started giving you at that time. So new problems. So in the new problem came, right? So because it is not your old pattern, it is not the pattern that you have already experienced. It's a completely new pattern. So when a new pattern comes, what it will happen is you start thinking. Even in the hypnotism, you start thinking, you start using your own mind, and you start thinking and giving an answer. That way you can activate your mind. Hypnotizer can activate your mind. Okay, there are two kinds of the trance here. Hypnotic trance, there are two kinds. One is the nature trance, one is the doer trance. Naturally, the trance that in the nature trance, the subject deals with his own or another physical body. He may, when this state, be made to see, describe the conditions in his own body or the body of another. So naturally trance. So she's asking something. Where are you? What are you doing? Because in the trance, where did you go? Right. So that kind of thinking. Right. So that's a natural trance. He can be made to see the distinct person somewhere in the person's scenes, objects, and hear the distinct sounds. He can be required to report near a distinct past, or sometimes it may help to detect the crimes also, because he might have seen and he was shocked and he could not explain. So in this case also, this hypnotism can be used. Anything the four senses can do, will do in this trance. The manner in which the doer acts in the nature trance is that the doer, through the breath form, turns the senses inward. What he's doing, turn the senses inward from the outward focus that he usually our senses are looking outside. But nature trance, you are looking inside. What is stored within you, within your consciousness, what and all the things that is stored. You are actually looking inside and you are getting the things out. The hypnotizer can force this to be done, commanding the doer, so direct the senses, or he can direct the senses himself by influence of his mesmeric force on the breath form. He can do that. He can ask the doer to direct his senses, or he himself can do it because he has some control of these senses. The three inner phases of fluid, solid, or airy soil, or radiant solid, they'll just go and do it. They are the replica of inside solid state. So that solid state, whatever it is there, those are the replicas. So outside that layers are the replicas. When the sense of the sight looks through eye, the vision is limited by the focus of the eye. When you are looking through eye, you can see only up to here or some area, right? You cannot see I cannot see what is there in my back, because my vision was only limited to this particular thing. Okay, its vision is limited by and it sees only the outer surface. But when you look inward, you can see so many things. That's what the meditation. When you are looking out, you can only see some things. But when you look inside, close your eyes, you can see all of the. First, try to see inside. Okay. This reason is the sense of the sight cannot be astral physically in waking state. Astrally you cannot see in the waking state. If you are in the dream or in a thing, then anywhere you can go and see that. Astrally you can travel and you can see. The feeling of thinking of the doer will not let go of the sense and give the freedom to act naturally. It will give the freedom to act naturally. In fact, former times, the doer was able to use the sense as it might do now under the direction of therapist. Whatever the therapist is saying, under his direction, he is using his senses and able to feel, see things, and is able to feeling and reasoning of the hypnotist, because he's taking you into one of the logical reasoning, right? In that subject, you started thinking. That is the nature trance. What is the other one? That's a nature trance. What is the other one that we said? Doer trance. What is the doer trance? The other hypnotic trance is the doer trance. What it is doing, in this the condition, the doer is in contract with the senses, which are turned inward and act clairvoyant, because he is able to take his senses inside. So the uses his body mind when it is by itself own state of feeling and desire, free from the contact of the senses. He is using his own body mind. Without the senses, he is using his own body mind by closing eyes and taking insight. However, the doer may get information from the senses. He may get information, feel the same senses. As in the illustration of the picture of the tiger, whereby the feeling was affected by the hypnotizer conceptions and the subject ran away fought. Hypnotizer told, okay, the tiger is in front of you. You'll get one feeling. The tiger is running towards you. You'll get one feeling. Hypnotizer tells that you are seeing a tiger which is there in the bone in the zoo. You will be bindas, right? So different feeling you will get. It depends how actually hypnotizer is depicting the picture. These are the three states of the doer trance. There are three states of the doer trance. What are those? The first state comprises of all the related to the feeling. All our feeling is feeling only. When in this state, the subject may be made feel pleasure or a pain about the physical things or any resulting joy or a sorrow. So he may be taking to that particular particular scene or scenario or a tiger, or it could be some place that you have. Suppose you wanted to something, you went to Ooty, something happened, and after that you are not actually doing yourself. Okay, so the hypnotizer want you to take you to that particular scene, to that Ooty. So he's slowly taking you to the Ooty, describing the beauty of the Ooty, and then you are there. Okay, then whether you are actually frightened or you are so much joyful. So before that incident, how it is there, they'll try to make that kind of incident. Subject may be prevented from feeling any pain while he is receiving an injury, which would produce the great pain in waking state, like a amputation or so injuries may even be inflicted without leaving any evidence. Here, they may say that there is a pain and all, but he will say that the pain will not be. So they'll make sure that the pain will not be affected your physical body, so that those injuries, whatever in the hypnotizing they are saying, it will not affect later, right? So when a piece of steel is running through your arm, a piece of steel is running through your arm to the subject, and no blood will come, because they'll make you feel that the bullet is going in from your arm and going, but still you will not, because you are feeling it is only, they are controlling only your feeling. They are not actually making you feel in the physical body. Remember that. Okay, so later, because if you make you feel in the physical body, after that also will have pain. But here in the first trance, they will make you feel only. They are concentrating on the fear only. There won't be any scar left, and it is only mere indication of the scar. It's only mere indication of the scar. When the persons walk over the bed blowing the coals or whole lives of the coals in their mouths during the religious frenzy. So that is what he is saying, right? They make it that's all kind of and the coals, people will walk, that kind of thing that he is saying. The subject is made an experience feelings of others as they are going through certain events like surgical operations. The voluntary movements of the body in trance are performed in this state. Voluntary movements of the body, right? So body movements will be performed in the first stage, whatever the trance stage. Even though the hypnotizer take your body, voluntary movements will automatically performed as directed by the therapist. The second state. First one is feeling. He is actually focusing on the feeling. Second state is made you to think. He is giving you some new scenarios. He is making you to think. First state, he is taking you to that state where you are there in the previous or whatever it is, previous or future. So he's making you to feel. Second state is making you to think. He may made you to diagnose or analyze the diseases which the breath form and the natural trance has repeated, and prescribe the remedies for himself or the other. So he himself is actually taking you to something, and he will say, so what makes you happy? What makes you kind of a remedy for that? He'll try to get the remedy also from you. Suppose you are actually moody. You are moody, and he want to get out of it, and some of your friend or parent or a spouse or somebody take you to the therapist. Then he'll try to analyze you, right? So when he's trying to analyze you, he may take you what happened that day. Okay. Then he may ask you, what will make you happy? How can you come out of this state? You are so pain, right? So, if my husband accepts this, my husband do this, if my mother-in-law do that, or if my something, whatever that you are feeling, if my boss is good to me, then I can. So whatever that is there within you, you are trying to say, and it is coming, you are giving a natural suggestion. What will make you better? Who is giving here? You are only giving, because, but in the waking up state, you are not able to give all those states, right? So in the dreaming, in the hypnotized state, you are able to give it. Even not only hypnotized state, some of the things, right? Because it is self-hypnotism in some of the things, right? When you are actually feeling so much pain, you may not able to express it, but sometimes when you are dreaming, you will express it. You feel that you already expressed it, or some people may talk even out loud in the sleep also. So these are all the things. Likewise, here hypnotist is trying to hypnotize and get the things out. That is the second stage. Third stage is, he may be made the consummate certain knowledge concerning the causes and actions and reveal something in the past. He is actually thinking, making you going somewhere. So that is the making somewhere in the past. Well, the doer is forced back into the state of physical body is rigid. So while all these things are going, the physical body will become rigid like a dead. It appears like a dead. So you are actually not in this particular thing. Hypnotizer is seldom putting you into the subject state where you are dead and your body is taking, you are seldom, he wanted to take some information from the other. You are removed from the ordinary state. You are taking into the subject, you are thinking, you are actually contemplating, so many things you are doing. And cannot well held the contact. You cannot be in contact with the physical things, that you are engrossed yourself with the hypnotizer. Totally you have given yourself to the hypnotizer. And sometimes this state is very dangerous. Sometimes even hypnotizer cannot bring you back. It might happen that hypnotizer may not be able to bring you back to the first or second states. If you go such a deeply into that state, sometimes the death might happen here. If the hypnotizer is doing a lot of time here, because you're totally controlled and your body was totally stopped, the breath form and all those things is in control. If he cannot revive you to the first and second states, the death follows in this kind of cataphilic conditions. That's a dangerous state. The third state in the hypnotic conditions. When the phenomena of this artificial sleep becomes more generally in the modern times, it was used. Many physicians are using this. Many physicians are availed themselves in the hypnotic state and they administer some suggestive treatments. A few surgeons performed the operations also, which on an ordinary case that will be so painful, but they send these subjects or they send these patients into the hypnotized states, and then the sensation of the pain they will remove, and they started doing the treatments. But even so, here again, how much you are believing that hypnotherapist, not all the physicians are actually therapists, not all the physicians are hypnotists, right? Again, it all depends upon the patient as well as the doctor, how much he knows. In the view of power, which hypnotist exercises over the doer of his patient? It is a question whether all the advantages which may result the hypnotic treatment, especially the nervous troubles, will compensate the dangers of practices. Because whenever he is acting on your nerves, right, so that may be taking you there, because as I said, if when he is taking control of your nerve system, then it may take you to the bad. That means bad in the sense it may take you the wrong ways also. Okay, it may not be always, but even for the medical purpose, hypnosis is not advisable, because if you are giving a control to somebody else, if somebody else is putting your control or the another, then not every person who practices the medicine are trusted. So it is not at all advisable. Okay. I commit any act which the deep-seated moral convention and the subject tells him the wrong. It is the wrong, deep-seated moral, because other things morally, if he is coming onto this thing, it is so much wrong. Once the person is submitted hypnotic control, others can throw him the hypnotic trance and more easily. If you are dead, then others can easily throw into the hypnotic state. So this is the thing about how other person is doing the hypnotic state. So we have learned about different states, and we have learned about the different trance in the hypnotic. Is there any session? Can I continue for 10 more minutes? Sadisha garu?
I think it's enough, Prasanna garu.
Enough, okay? Okay.
Yeah, it's 9:25. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, self-hypnosis, how you can, whatever the forgotten knowledge from the recovery from the forgotten knowledge, right? That we can discuss in the next session. Self-hypnosis is a small topic, but it is continuation is there. From the self-hypnosis, we have the other topic which is coming, the self-suggestion. How you can, because self-suggestion is the one which is very, very important in our lives, because you only can improve. Self-hypnosis is not a dangerous like other hypnosis and others. How we can do it, because there you can learn so many points. Because hypnosis, you are just learning things, but you are not using on yourself. But self-hypnosis or self-suggestion, you can use on yourself to improve your life, to become what you want to. All those things you can do it. Okay, that's how we can see in the next classes. 4 more minutes. Anybody want to share or anybody want to have questions?